Hey guys, so we got a little bit of an update. Not really an update here. Actually, I already filmed this video a couple days ago, and then some of the stuff I talked about in it, those plans ended up changing, so I already had everything prepared, uploaded, and all that stuff, so I'll have to delete that, but we'll just go ahead and redo it. So basically, I talked about in the last video, oh yeah, I'm just going to leave all this tape and stuff up until, I get the black done, but then later that night it started raining, so I came over here and basically blindfolded 23 with a tarp, so that way I wouldn't get all that tape wet, because it started raining and it's going to keep raining for about another week. So I chose a really bad time to do that, but luckily that all dried and it looks phenomenal. I'm very happy with how that looks. Basically been just looking at that all day, or at like all the past few days every time I come over here. But we got some other areas to worry about, like right there. I think I talked about that in the last set of videos. But before we get to that, the reason the GMC's hood is open is, this is another thing I talked about in the last video. I'll just go over this quickly. But this truck kind of left me stranded about 40 minutes from home. A common issue with these is back there, that heater core hose fitting there, they break. And it did that while I was on the interstate. And I got off. Luckily, it was the interstate exit I was trying to get off at anyways, but kind of ruined my plans for that day, and I got to work a little late, but that's fine. They're pretty understanding about that kind of thing, but I fixed that myself. I think with the coolant, let's not include the $20 off I got because of my AutoZone membership, whatever, but or my account. But with the coolant, it took 3 gallons of coolant plus a little bit more, so I bought 4 gallons. The part was $15. The tool to get that fitting off was $10. So probably about 70 or 80 bucks just to fix all that, including all the coolant. But for the tool and the part, it was only like $25. So really could have been worse, and I could do it myself. Actually, back here, this is kind of like my trash basket now. I see a couple bottles of stuff and the paint that I use, but there's all the coolant, and I have a little bit more in the back there. I've been trying to keep an eye out on it, but I'm gonna keep that in the truck in case something like that happens again. I can hopefully bypass it, and I might just keep a hose fitting in there for that just in case. But anyways, 23. I did end up doing a little bit more work to this too since I filmed that other video. So basically, I think I went over this in the last one, but up here there was some overspray, and I got most of that off of there. You can still kind of see where I was like wiping it and stuff, but it's fine. That graffiti remover ended up staining the bird here, and I noticed there's a tear there. That's tearing. There's a tear there, and a tear there. The streamer's starting to come apart a little bit, so I might end up just I'm going to replace these birds anyways. Probably, I'm not sure if I want to do black or blue. I think blue would look really nice on there, but at the same time, it's a diesel bus. So, but this up here, nobody's going to notice these little spots where it's on top of the bus, unless they're on top of the bus, but I really don't care. This still looks fine to me. I'm more worried about this up here. These lights are getting replaced anyways, eventually, but you can kind of see where the school bus sign was, and where the discoloration was behind the yellow paint. And if you're up close to it, you can see the gouges and stuff. You cannot see any of that from the ground though, unless you're really, really looking closely. So I'm very happy with that. Once it starts drying out, I will tape off the black areas, tape the lights again, and have to tape the windshield again. I'm going to shoot that black area with paint. I got some Rust-Oleum for that, some farm equipment grade Rust-Oleum as far as what it says on the can. Here's what I was talking about with the tape. This is actually going to come off in one piece, ain't it? Yeah, it will, but normally it doesn't, so that actually came off kind of easy. Normally it doesn't do that when it gets wet, from my experience, but very happy with how that turned out. Probably gonna, I have some coolant I need to put in here. I think I've just been getting the wrong coolant for it. I think I was getting the pre-diluted. It wasn't the 50-50 mix. So I just need to, I got some 50-50 mix that I'm going to put in there. Hopefully that'll do better. But let me get the keys out of here. out of my pocket, which they're also beside my truck keys. They're buried under my truck keys, so I had to get them out. I also have the bus in this spot because some of the tow truck guys that interrupted the last video, which is fine, I don't care. I just had to upload it in 2 parts. They asked me to move it so that way they could get in back there. I'm assuming to get that jet ski, because right there is where I normally park. But I kind of like having the change of scenery for a little bit, because if you all remember, this bus used to park back here, I think, right about where that camper is. Like this right here is where this bus used to park. So, yeah, it's pretty neat that I get to put it back over here for a little bit. But the ground is definitely a lot softer back here. The gravel's a lot looser. My truck was spinning a little bit in it. Not meaning to, just, you know, had to be careful with it. I still have these to put on there. I need to take those off. I have new black ones to put on there because those are rusted, and this one, you know, it won't go up. So, nothing really different in here, although it smells weird. I don't know what that's about, but, smells like curdled, like very lightly of curdled milk in here. I don't think there's any milk, though. I don't know where that smell would come from. But I got rid of that trash that was right here. I organized all that back there, which I think I went over that in the last video, but I'm not sure. I can't remember what I put in what video. I'll just go over that again, though. You know, table, well, just real quick. Keeping this windshield. I might keep these windows, but I'm guessing there's a reason they took them out of there. But, you know, the glass is good in them, so. This, I'm not sure what this was from. This almost looks like a Bluebird window to me, but, you know, just look, the latch is there. Oh yeah, it is Bluebird. Yeah, definitely Bluebird window. And then Noah said the other one's an IC window, so I wasn't sure, because I really don't have much experience with ICs, so got those if I need them. All the cross arm parts and various metal parts right there. And then I did end up looking through some of these parts a little closer since I made the video on them. This right here is the piston for a Bluebird air door, which might be the part that or is this the Bluebird one? The other one's the Bluebird one. Oh no, this is Bluebird. So this might be what I need to fix 23's door, because the air leaks out of it in the wintertime. So I might try that one on there if it works, if it's the right one. Still have to clean this all up. All my bottom screws are out still, so just need to work on that. Go ahead and start her up. Let her, well, no, actually I need to put the coolant in there, so I won't do that yet. But I don't want the engine to start getting warm, then pressure. I'm not going to do this today, but I also have gear oil to put in the transmission so it doesn't grind as much as you're driving. I think that's what it is. It's just probably low. And if not, some new oil probably wouldn't hurt it. I'll drain a little bit and put some in there and go from there. But as much as I'd hate to lose the shadows of Barber County schools, this side isn't as bad. But if I'm going to do one side, I'm going to do the other, because you can see there's still some blemishes in here. And like the paint's gone right there. Right there. Basically, I think I'm just going to slowly repaint this whole thing with that same yellow paint. And probably rattle can Rust-Oleum black paint, because it seems to do good. But like, especially this word schools, where you can see the yellow paint came off of here and there's that black primer under there. That all just needs redone. This side has a lot of rock chips. Like there. This just needs redone because of the way the graffiti remover took that spray paint off of there. It looks better now that it's aged a little bit. Whenever I first did it, it was like this was a darker yellow than the rest of it. But as the years have gone by, it's been a little better. It looks more natural now. You can't really tell there was even spray paint on there, but still there's missing parts of paint. There's big old deep rock chips like right there. Throughout here. Probably have to get some new not for hire lettering, which it's fine. I've already talked to John, Texas Street Man, about new roof logos and new cat logos, because I'm gonna just pretty much redo this whole thing front to back. I think I'm gonna do this side first though, and get it, you know, pretty well done. I'm gonna do that back corner the very first thing I do, probably, there's some body work that needs done back there, because whenever I filmed this video last, it's starting to rain, by the way, if y'all couldn't tell. But there's a hole right here, and this right here is getting soft, like especially right here. Can't really tell in the video, but that is soft. That side is not. And that side is starting to bubble up a little bit, so I have to worry about that probably within the next couple years. This bumper also needs repainted, but I'm more worried about the yellow now, because that's what I got. I can always go to the store and get the black. The yellow is a little harder for me to come by. I think it's on Amazon, but I'd rather go through the place that I got it from. And I'm thinking about putting the gray grill and bezels back on there, because the black does look nice, but it's just chipping a lot. I might just redo the black. I'm not sure. But really happy with how a lot of this is coming out so far. And I'm thinking about redoing the hood too, because whenever they took this off the previous bus it was on up at Mike and B's, they cut these little mounting brackets here, or not the brackets, I guess those are brackets. These are brackets, but these little clips or whatever you want to call them, they cut them with a torch, and the molten metal dropped down here, and it messed up the hood. There's rock chips all throughout here. There's some fiberglass coming out there, and the black, there's some spots on it that just needs redone, so I might just go ahead and redo the whole hood at some point. But or I might just touch it up. I might, you know, just tape it off like here and do everything below this line or something. I really don't know yet. I'll figure that out, but I feel like if I do one part, I got to do the whole thing. I think that's probably going to be the last thing I worry about, because it still looks pretty good. But yeah, aside from that, I think that's about it. I can't really think of anything else. Got to redo those mirror brackets too. I got to paint those. That might be another project for this summer. That should be pretty easy to do, but it's a good thing I got those big old tables back there. I thought about putting those on Marketplace, but I might not. I don't know. I might just keep them, or at least one of them. I might keep one of them just to use as a paint table. There's one that's got like marks and stuff on top of it. It was an art classroom table. But yeah, I guess it's about it. Appreciate you all watching. All that fun stuff. Oh, I don't know. The plans I talked about in the other version of this video, I was going to go to Tennessee and look at another 2002 Bluebird Freightliner, 7 hours away. But the night before, I don't know, just got a bad feeling about it. And this is kind of a surreal experience. You know, me as a Christian, I asked God, this is how it went. You know, I was like, maybe I shouldn't go. I said, God, if you want me to go, and then I just heard a no in my brain. I was going to say, if you want me to go, give me a sign. If you don't want me to go, give me a sign, please. I wasn't, not necessarily like that. It was more ask, but it was like it was more of an asking thing. I wasn't just going to say, hey, do this for me, but it was like, please, Lord, give me a sign if you want me to go. But it was just, Lord, give me a sign. No. It wasn't my voice I heard. Which is, you know, one of those really interesting moments in my life. I just thought I'd share. But, I mean, that's enough about me, about my bus, about my truck. I was supposed to be in Tennessee today, but the Lord told me no. Anyways, thanks for watching.